So the FBI is a joke. They came back and said, well, there was no races against Bubba Wallace in the NASCAR in the garage, even though it wasn't Bubba Wallace who found the noose. It wasn't NASCAR. It had been sitting there since 2019. Why was the noose still sitting there? What was the purpose of it? See, what they end up doing is asking more questions, and they're trying to put Bubba Wallace at work. This is NASCAR stuff, but I don't trust no racist FBI. The FBI ain't never been good for black folks to begin with. And they will try to short circuit this by any means. But their history tells you that if you do the history and Google it, they have not been black folks' good friend, best friend, or any kind of friend. They've been more hindrance than help, always have been. All these institutions are. You know, the FBI has been just as racist against black folks as CIA, government, police, mafia, all of it. Because after a while, it's like it's the same thing when you think about it. It's been used to infiltrate an area and to step on black folks' necks. I hate to say it like that in light of George Floyd, but that's how it's been. You can't trust them. They are going to sit there and say, well, how come this wasn't, so the news was been sitting there, then why was it still sitting there? And who put it there? And we're talking in the past year. So if you're going to go ahead and acknowledge that, then there is suspicious behavior, you know. They cannot speak on anything. This was in Alabama. They can't speak on anything because their history predates them. See, when you have had a racist reputation, as all this country has had for 400 years when it comes to African Americans, you're not going to suddenly get a pass. Mm-mm. If anything, there's more suspicion that's going to go up. It's going to be more of, yeah, and what's your plan of contention? So I'm not trusting the FBI in the new situation with Bubba Wallace, because if it's already sitting there, how come it wasn't reported before? It makes all of them look bad. But why people gotta look at Bubba Wallace and think he has to be accountable and speak for everybody when they have tolerated this? They tolerated Confederate flags. They tolerated racism, division, and divide. It's not his fault. He just come to do his job. He's not there to have to heal everything. But see, this is a white guilt trip that trips me out. When it comes to something serious, they say, well, let's go to the black guy. We're going to do, as opposed to taking upon yourselves to clean it up. See, the FBI, CIA, government, police, etc. have made this mess. You're not made this mess. So it's one of those situations that you have to adhere to what you do. You don't have to be justified with it. So anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about that. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings in the video. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And remember, these agents are responsible for their own mess. That's not our job to clean up behind them. This ain't, their sanitation for a reason. They are their own sanitation. Clean up your mess and tell the truth.